Good morning. What is today's date? April 27th. It's been, 3 weeks? Okay. Easier said than done to stay committed to a therapy schedule. I wish I had a therapist that would call me or force me to be, you know what I mean? When you go to a doctor's appointments, they're like, well, you need to follow up and such, check out at this table. And then they get you set up right then and there, right? So that's what I'm slacking. I'm slacking that. I mean, not that I'm not committed, because I'm committed to myself, but distractions are huge in everybody's life. Every single day, there's so many darn distractions. And I'm not talking about, oh, look, a squirrel over here. No, I'm just talking about life in general and the distractions, from work to being a parent to dating to mingling and trying to be human. Luca. Um, the news, there's just so much distraction that people get caught up in, and we lack taking care of what ultimately needs to be taken care of. I'm huge with that. I'm really need to be better, and I'm gonna try. I know I keep saying this, but I need to come up with something to help me be better. Um, and if I set an alarm, I'll be honest with you, the chances are that I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna just go, I'll do it later, and never do it. I'm just being honest. So, anyways, 3 weeks have gone by. I have been distracted, but I've also been grieving and healing as well. Not every day, not everything needs to be recorded, and I know that. But I am sharing the most that's like the biggest and the heaviest that's on my mind. And so yeah, let's see let's kind of do some brain racking. The last convo, well, not the combo, but we took off, basically I explained walking into a divorce, that I knew that I was walking into divorce with my marriage, and then spoke a little bit about my in-laws. But I'll be honest with you, that is not where my healing journey is headed to right now. Um, that will be a part of my story more and more, but or when it's time to heal through that, if full on healing needs through that, I don't. Anyways, we won't discuss that right now, or I won't. I say we. Um, so basically, these past 3 weeks, guess who texted me? Yeah, the guy that I deleted all those pictures, and the guy that I was with for 4 years, that got physical with me in a hotel. Yeah, that guy messaged me again. This is what, 3 months in a row that he's messaged me trying to get my attention. Oh, I've opened. Don't get me wrong. I've opened it. I left him on red, but that's it. No desire, no need, no nothing from me that I want to tell him or say or anything. At this point, my ties are cut with communication with him. There's no need for it. The last communication I need for him was for a project. That this is the last part that I feel that this project. There's a project that's taking place, and he originally started it. Anyways, no longer on it. However, this project, once it's finally done, then the person that receives this project will hopefully stop bringing this person back into my life. So, I know it's bizarre. So, anyways, long story short, when I brought him back into my life, I linked him up with a job opportunity to build some shelves, and like a wall shelf unit. And anyways, he was doing great. Anyways, shit hit the fan. It didn't work out. He didn't have the skill set to complete everything, which is fine and dandy. However, the client is very upset and frustrated, which I understand. I mean, anyways, so I'm the one that's getting the word darts thrown at, and the constant, I'm the one who brought this person into her life. And caused this stress and headache. Not that I did it on purpose, but because it was something she wanted, and I just so happened to think, oh, surely I had faith and believed that he would be able to complete this project. So anyways, once that project is said and done, I honestly feel that's where he, I hope, will stop popping up in my face. Because it kept on coming up in my forefront. Like, so his dad, was on my Facebook, and he made a comment, and I have no ill will towards any of them at this point, because like I said, I've forgiven. I have forgiven in areas that people don't need to apologize. But his dad did nothing wrong. However, I needed to remove him. There's no friendship there. There's no relationship. Do I care and have concern for him as a human being? You bet. But anything moving forward, it's best to cut my ties there. So I just unfriended him and left it at that. The more and more I'm thinking about it, I will probably just delete or block the Snapchat, because like that's how he's messaging me. He's messaging me through Snapchat. Now, mind you, I'm not replying back to him, but yes, I am opening it. So maybe opening it and then not responding might be feeding into his, I don't know. Anyways, I just know I'll make right there. Like, does it make sense? Like, that's a part, obviously, of my life that needs to be healed. I think I might have said this back while, somewhere, but there's two things that were popping up, like, was my ex-husband and that relationship. So this relationship this toxic that I was caught into, has tied into like going back to my past, abuser, my molester, the guy that, was an alcoholic, like their ties and whatnot. So that's where I'm just like, okay, I feel like the very tail end of it all is like, I don't want to say that I'm fully healed. Like, I feel good, you guys. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't really have anxiety when in speaking of their name. Like, I just kind of chuckle now. And I say their name because there's, like, you got the group that it was involved with, such as, like, his ex-wife, him, the drama, just the entire circle of drama. Anyways, it's funny how, I don't know, it's just crazy how life just takes a turn and switches your mind for your mindset and your perspective of everything. Because had you asked me just even maybe 6 months ago, I would not be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. So in the past 6 months, my healing journey has completely like flourished to make me change, to see a different perspective, to understand, like, I used to have let's say, I don't want to say a hate, but a irritable, Luca, go. Sorry, he's chewing a bone. Take your bone and go in there and chew it, okay? He did too. He's such a good boy. He picked it up. He kind of looked at me like, what? Just chewing my bone. Told him to pick it up and go in the other room. He did. No, I shouldn't have done that. Now I got scrolled. So, give me a minute. See, that's what happens. Something like that can completely just change my perspective. That's it. How quick your perspective could get flipped in seeing something. But so in the past 6 months, I've done a lot of healing and, Skittles. Gosh, see what I mean? I can never have just like me. Just no animals, no kids, no distractions. There's always distractions in everyone's life, whether it's the news, Facebook, or just social media in general. Just animals, kids, parents. I mean, just the list goes on. There's always distractions. And that's okay. Distractions, I'm not like completely complaining about them, but those distractions are hard to stay focused when you're trying to heal and better yourself internally and mentally because, wow, it's easy. So changing your perspective, it's not like I came in and be like, I want to change my outlook. I want to see different. No, it wasn't like that. It was like, I just had this, I need to like, one thing that Ketchup and I were very good about is like we talked, scrolling through a lot of our text messages and how he was he was real in owning his pain, and understanding and realizing that he was a traumatic mess, just as I was. Like he would say, well, let's go get some margarita, or let's go have tacos and get some margaritas, and cry to each other about how terrible our, traumatic lives and blase, like however it was said. I'd have to like read the actual text itself, but that's one thing I loved about him was that he owned that he was a hot mess. He helped me own that I was a hot mess. He also, like, okay, so when I would vent to him and talk to him, obviously I've already made the comment that my dad was the one who brought Ketchup into my life. My dad's the one who introduced Ketchup to me. And so like I said, through my younger years and the abandonment that I felt, I clinged to Ketchup in a way, like, I mean, everything happens for a reason. Like, I am so thankful and blessed that I got to love him and have the experiences that I did with him. But looking at it, and I see it all and realize that the beauty in healing is that he helped me heal, and he didn't realize that. So when I would talk to him, I would express to him the hurt and the pain that I had from the frustration that I had from my dad. What I felt, okay, just what I felt. I don't want to point, I'm not blaming my dad. I'm like, if you go back into some of these, like I forgive, but he was my therapy for my dad. Like, he really was. And so when he was that therapy, he always stood up for him. Like, always, if I wanted to be mad at my dad, he wouldn't let me stay mad at my dad. He would, like, I don't want to say he made excuses for him, but he basically was just like trying to have me look at it at another perspective. And it was frustrating and it was hard because, I mean, this is not my business to be saying anything, like, because it's his personal life, but he had a similar scenario where he wasn't talking to somebody in his family. And anyways, like, it's frustrating because he was like schooling me, but yet he wasn't taking his own advice. And I'm like, sometimes I do the same shit. Like, I need to do better. But anyways, sorry if I'm all over the place here. I'm just trying to, the things that are popping in my head. So he would help me he would protect my dad. And I don't want to say he protected. I think he just really saw that I was hurt and I'd been through a lot and I needed somebody to blame. And instead of feeling and just understanding that the perception and everything was all within myself. Anyways, I don't think maybe he did know the healing he was doing for me, but so then his passing happened, and that, I mean, the past 6 months has been hard. I do miss him. I miss him in the flesh, for sure. But I'm thankful that I feel his energy still, and I pick up the signs and the messages that are sent for me. Um, but when he passed, it was very hard because passing is hard, you know. He, so yeah, just like, I miss him. He always had a way of words to just make you feel better. Whether they were cheesy, corny, he always had a way of just, he made me feel secure. He was a protector. Always checked in on me, just like, so anyways, yes, that losing him was hard, and that kind of jump started, again, not that it jump started, but like that kind of pushed me further into healing. And I've had a lot of aha moments, and just kind of trying to grasp and accept the fact that this has happened the way that it's happened. Like when he was taken, I'm internally upset and hurt, but then I also was like, obviously he wasn't meant for me. Like, obviously, like, there's reasons for everything. He had also stated that the lifestyle that he lived really wouldn't have lined up and matched with me and the girls. In that sense, like, so, like, when, it's just, I wish I could just explain it out in my head, but, like, he was that confident, that supporter, that therapist, that cheerleader. He just was that for me. And I know he was more than that just for me. He was that for a lot of people. And that's what I'm so, like, I want to know people's experiences and feels and whatnot with, I don't know, you guys. I'm trying hard to, it's hard to not dwell on something. Like, you need to, like, not let it go, but you gotta start. When there's so much confusion inside of where to go or what to deal with internally, whatever's going on, right? Whatever it is in your head, whether it be work related, marriage or relationship or death or whatever the relation is to you, whatever you're feeling, the confusion of, like, sometimes of trying how to approach it, how to deal with it, is hard. See, I got, like, caught up, and it's not that I don't want to miss him, and I do miss him, because his 6-month anniversary just passed on the 22nd, April 22nd. So I, like, having this pain and the frustration of feeling of missing him, and then also too, I don't know, the internal of wanting people to understand that a lot of people didn't know, it sucks. So for an example, people didn't, like, it wasn't, like, blatantly out that Ketchup and I were, like, seeing each other and whatever, doing whatever we were doing. Like, in my eyes, I was with him. Like, that's how I seen it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we were working that direction. Like, we both wanted it, but needed to line it up. But the frustrating part is like, the people outside, like, when I want to grieve him the way that I want to grieve him, my own insecurities, my own anxiety inside, but also to energy that is felt. Not everybody agrees with me in my grieving, and not everyone cares about my feelings, and I understand that, and that's okay. But it is frustrating and on my behalf, because it's like, I'm human and I just want to have that connection too with everybody that knows it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's not that I'm like trying to steal anybody's thunder or anything like that. I just want to get through the part, or feel just people to understand that just because you didn't know, about our relationship doesn't dismiss my fucking relationship with him. And just because I didn't know your relationship with him does not dismiss it. And I think that's where maybe I'm having some internal frustration, obviously, if it just brought it up. There's energy felt. And so, yeah, sometimes, like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe not only the distractions, but the anxiety and the fear that I create inside myself of what others, not just that, like I said, there's energy. I'm huge. I feel stuff. Like, when people think bad things, whether it be like, oh, she's so annoying, or even good things, like, oh, her daughters are beautiful. Like, believe it or not, you guys, like, it's so weird. I feel it. I don't know how to express it. No, I'm not, like, need to be cuckoo in the cuckoo bin. Am I cuckoo? Yes, but I don't need to go to no cuckoo bin. So, I'm completely A-okay. It's just that I'm real and I'm legit and I feel energies. And whether it's positive or negative, I feel it. And it doesn't necessarily have to, like, I can't sit there at this moment and be like, I know it was you that said or felt this. Like, no. Anyways. Maybe that's why I haven't gotten on. Just the frustration and the fear of what others feel and think. And that's just something I need to fucking figure out for myself. Because this is just not healthy for me. I do miss him, and he's jump started a lot of healing, and he does guide me. I do get messages like from him every day. Numbers are huge. I see a lot of 143. I have not shared the story here, but if you're on my regular Facebook page, I did share the 143 story. And I do feel that he is with me every day. And if he's not with me, I know, like if I feel like if it's a different sensation or feeling, I know if that sensation's not, like, he's not with me, I know he's, like, specifically with somebody else that he needs to be with. And you guys believe whatever you want to believe. This is me. This is who I am. And this is what I'm going to believe. And I know and feel what is meant for me. I think I might have to figure something out, because I don't want to start these days like this. I kind of rather, because see, I'm like all teary-eyed, crying, and I still got to go to work. And a big part of me just wants to bawl and cry right now, but now I'm all like, oh, I got to hold it back, because I need to get my day. You know what I mean? Like when you choose to have a good day, like don't get me wrong. I know there's days where depression kicks in and you can't shake it. Like something is just like you're rocked. Like whether it's solar flares, CMEs, or you just rocked. Like you just can't shake that sensation and that feeling of sadness. And but when I wake and I'm like bringing up these emotions of sadness and just I miss him. I do. So yeah, starting mornings like this, I just don't know. I think I'm gonna have to find a better idea because my brain is like all over the place, and I'm sure you guys can tell by watching. Um, but yeah, what else did I think about this week? So does that, yeah, I do. I fucking miss him. I have a fish tank in my room, and on top of my fish tank, I have like a light, and on top of my light, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rubber duckies. They make me smile, so I'm trying to change my thought process right now. Like I said, waking up and doing therapy is good, but like, what do you got to do afterwards? And I'll be thinking about this all day. Hopefully, I won't have, change my. Hopefully, I won't be cleaning and organizing and crying at the same time, which I've done that too. Let's see. I don't know where else to go right now with my thoughts. 6-month anniversary passed, and that was the 22nd. I miss him. I know others do too. I did think about making like a memorial Facebook page so people can go and like share photos, videos, or whatnot, because his page is locked to where like he set it where if anyone tags him into it or whatever, like it doesn't post or share with it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't go on his page. And so, but just for everyone to see like all the memories and stuff. And I mean everyone. Like I truly, like I look at this, you know what, let me go ahead and say this. Okay, so with his passing, him and I discussed before his passing, like we didn't know he was going to pass, but like when I had my open heart surgery, I talked to him and I said, you should really take in consideration or write some things down that you want done, or your wishes of if you were to pass. And so he did. He wrote it in a book or whatnot. But anyways, when we were speaking of that, he had spoke to me in basically everything he spoke. I mean, I can't remember everything like at the tip top of my head, but I just remember the gist of the entire conversation. It was like he spoke it into existence. And so when his passing happened, I was slightly frustrated at somebody that was in his life that had hurt him. And I know this because he's shared the hurt with me. And I know at the very beginning, I was just like frustrated and irritated because the way that person was grieving. And I made it verbally known to others, and looking back at it, and I was just like, that was wrong of me. I had the feelings and the pain and the anger of his. And just because his experience with somebody else does not necessarily mean that I should hold on to those, and carry that energy when it did not specifically happen to me. Did I see and feel his hurt? Yes, I did. But I was there and I tried everything. I mean, obviously we were coddling each other, whatever you want, helping and heal each other. So I was frustrated. And now realizing that I have no that's just the difference in the growth in 6 months. You know what I mean? I'm now open to everyone in their grief with him. I don't care their past for them. The bottom line was is they had some point in his life. Some people in his life don't like this group of people, you know, whatever the case may be. But the reality is that we all of us had some sort of connection or a relation, friendship with him. And just because we may not approve of each other's or have a better understanding of each other, it doesn't mean that we all don't have a right to grieve. So I wanted to make this place, or this page, memorial page, to invite everyone, and I mean literally everyone, to share whatever, because he's touched a lot of lives, and he definitely touched mine. But anyways, I honestly don't know. I mean, I want to make it happen. I may make it happen because I have 4 years worth of text messages that legit are just hilarious. Inappropriate, naughty, yes. But some of them are just so stinking freaking hilarious. For me anyways. And I know, like, even a girlfriend of mine, a mutual friend of his, like, I met through because of him. She had sent me text screenshots yesterday. Made me smirk. I was laughing. It did make me cry, though, too. Because I was just like, I know. That's what I was telling her. I said, I don't care your guys' relationship. I don't care. Like, I want to know what you guys, like, what was your friendship? What was that? Like, what was he for you? Like, I'm at this point where I'm okay now, where I just, I'm grieving. And that's a part that, I guess, in grief, like, sometimes some people want to grieve with others. And that was crazy. I just saw the time that it said 31 minutes and 43 seconds. I mean, I literally am sitting here just chatting and glance up. 31:43, 143. Just, what are the odds that I always look up at 143? Like, I just... Alright. I am gonna jump off here and try to get my mind right. Because, I mean, my mind's right. But try to wind back down, or maybe process this for a few seconds and then get my day started, because I have, what do I have today? I have a pretty decent clean, pretty good workout. So, anyways, yeah, look, I gotta get that taken care of. Don't ever take not a safety pin, a push pin, and try to bend it with your teeth. Yep, I'm one of those. I'm one of those ones that will try to do something silly like that. It was a tack that I had. It was like one of the last ones or whatever. And I had like a little, you know, and so I tried to straighten it, chip my tooth. I actually did it a long time ago, and I had it covered, like, they filled it. But because the location where it's at, they said that it'll come off. I'll have to get that put back on. Anyways, I know, silly. Isn't it silly how sometimes the things that we become vain with, I don't want to say vain, because it really doesn't, it bothers me because I know it's there, but I know it necessarily is not bothering everybody else that sees it, if that makes sense. I know it does to some, because I'm just that type of person. I'd be like, oh yeah, I see that tooth, like, but it's not that it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, okay. I'm going to jump off here and go have a kick-ass day. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, and that's another thing I'm also doing is revamping the house. I'm changing things around, reorganizing, decluttering, trying to get rid of a lot of shit that is just unnecessary, unneeded, and creating a new space for someone. Sorry about Saturday. I'm trying not to say names, to be honest with you. Just, I mean, I did say some names already in this, in the past videos, but they're legit just my kids and catch up. So as of right now, those are the only names I think have been mentioned. But somebody's getting her own space. Not that that matters. I mean, we've always shared space, if that, but someone's getting their own. So I've been busy doing stuff around the house and decluttering and spring clean. So not only am I doing healing internally, I'm doing it physically at my humble abode. So, okay. Love to each and every single one of you that are here and listening and whatever you're doing with my journey. But most of all, I love myself. Have a kick-ass day. Bye.